Morning.
And how we doing? How's the weekend?
It was too short. I think Monday should be added to the weekend.
Oh, there's a passage in the Bible I wanted to read, but
Oh God.
there's something that says go to somebody, anyway. But
I think you're quoting the thing, cause the thing.
Oh, I don't want to cause mayhem this morning. I'm still in the Weasel mood.
I see.
Okay, guys, let's get out of the Weasel mood and go into the newspapers.
Now, the Chronicle is reporting.
Before Raymond brings us what's on the front page of the Chronicle, let me remind all of you that we are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So we are My Joy Online TV on YouTube, My Joy Online on YouTube, and on Facebook, Joy 99.7 FM, 7 FM. Catch the news review and watch my nice purple tie. Raymond, Chronicle.
Yeah. It is reporting this morning, ordeal of kidnapped 13-year-old girl. Family accuses Kasua police of failing to act, but peace officers deny any wrongdoing. An assemblyman escapes 15 gunshots, and 300 custom officers battle GRA over what they consider to be injustice, and 7,000 teachers quit yearly. This is according to the Ghana National Association of Teachers. 7,000.
On the front page of the Finder, like Raymond would say, this is a story you should be interested in. Child sickle cell crisis ignored. Newborn screening remains at pilot stage. Only 3% of children with sickle cell disease have been screened in the past 22 years. Rehabilitation of railways to create 750 jobs. WAEC cancels 83 and withholds 2061 BECE results. Don't eject judges to build National Cathedral. And according to President Akufo-Addo, renaming the whole technical university after Efremamu is very laudable.
And talking about what's laudable, the New Crusading Guide is reporting this morning that same story, but this time around with the president cutting some cake at Whole Technical University, and chiefs defend Bagbin. Hail him for speaking the truth. And that's on the front page of the New Crusading Guide too, with another story. And fallout from national security takeover of Akropong Palace. Fielding chiefs destood, and the Zongo ministry lots Wembley. And there's an AstroTurf at Medina complex that has been put together, which the new Zongo chief is acting.
Right. On the front pages of the Today, it's not God's will to tax churches. That's according to Prophet Atache. Indum clears air on GNA story. Raymond,
continue. I am with you.
Murder of Miocho Kingmaker, police land guards accused endanger staff work without safety gadgets.
Now, the Ghanaian Observer is reporting this morning Akufo-Addo hails Otunfo over Asante-Hene's historic visit to Ochiman Jubilee House, and government committed to TVET, and that's technical vocational education. But teacher licensure exams has been suspended. You said last week you were saying what?
That it was actually going to be done in September.
Yes,
I was very happy about it.
We have changed our mind.
Yes, clearly.
Then how would you determine whether the teachers they really can teach?
We don't know.
Okay, now but moving on. Ochiman lost free SHS, and MCE soldiers raise Ayariga's Hacho property, and Bamia returns from Hajj. The vice president is in town.
On the front page of the Daily Guide, the very, very heartbreaking story about the pastor who lost his wife and kids. His family have been buried this past weekend. Government withdraws GFA case from court. George Weah honors ex-president Kufuor, and Finance Minister Flor Sraj over $2.5 billion bond. Finally, Charlotte Osei, 49% voter turnout. Scandalous. That's according to the CDD boss.
Oh, but it was changed along the line when we challenged that. You remember that particular claim. But the Daily Heritage is reporting this morning Ukraine imprisons Ghanaians after accusing him of bribery. And JJ punches Bagbin over a stammerer blind man comment. And there's been no layoff at the Ghana Post. Management is assuring everybody in this country. And the UN is being honoring Kofi Annan at a solemn reef laying ceremony.
Yes, the front page of the Daily Statesman. Ghana regaining lost glory as Dodbe demolishes Hidenori in one round. Asanteman Ochiman unity is a worthy lesson, that's according to President Akufo-Addo, and Dr. Daniel Asare has been appointed the new Kolebu CEO.
The Herald is reporting this morning 9 judges evicted for National Cathedral project as National Theatre International Conference Center rot away. Okay, so the right word is what? Relocated. Okay.
Yeah.
But Ejako built army for 2020 election, and that's on the front page of the Herald too. Consolidated Bank sacks 700 beige workers today. That's a very terrible story for anybody to hear.
Very terrible.
That when you wake up, put on your tie, the expectation is that when you go to the office, we'll hand you a letter that says you are going home. Very terrible story.
On the front page of the Economy Times, mobile money now biggest non-cash payment platform by value and volume. $2 billion Ghana-China bauxite deal under criticism, and Dufour moves to get Unibank back.
And the BNFT is reporting this morning, businesses, individuals are opting for express check clearing and new land bill to force payment of compensation. And mango production is under threat. So Malik will be in trouble. But that's on the front page of BNFT.
Finally, from me, the Ghanaian Times, 2 die, 4 in critical condition after puff fish meal. Family of 5 buried, like I said.
You mean puffer fish?
It says puff fish.
Okay.
Is that a shorter version?
It's puffer.
The Ghanaian Times is calling it puff.
Oh, okay.
Puff fish meal.
That's the Eastern Region story, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
TVET holds key to economic transformation, that's according to the president. And that's about it for the Ghanaian Times.
The Daily Graphic has a wonderful story on the back page. Dogbe ends first round knockout over Japan's Otaki. So Otaki has been taken in this particular case. And the other stories too on the front page. Government stops GFA liquidation. Court quashes Sraj findings on 2.25 billion bonds. Say Kem bond, that's people will know better. And tears rain at burial of Dansoman fire victims. And the Right Reverend Dr. Paul Boafo, I heard you mention that, has been elected as the presiding bishop of the Methodist Church.
Congratulations.
Yeah, those are the stories that have been presented today on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
And Raymond, the right expression is Otake, Wintumiantake.
Wintumiantake.
Yeah. Limba starts with us with the construction of the cathedral. So it's a relocation, first of all.
Okay, yes. So 9 judges have been or are going to be relocated to some new properties, apparently somewhere in cantonments, which is going to be rented for them. Now, they had 10 6-bedroom bungalows built just 5 years ago. So apparently these bungalows are going to be brought down so that the new National Cathedral, which is a 5,000-seater cathedral to commemorate Ghana's 60th independence, can be built. Now, this is a very multifaceted story because it raises so many questions of, one, why we want to build a cathedral, and also why it must be in the center of town. So the proposed areas from the Ridge Circle to the Scholarship Secretariat, including the Judicial Training Institute at East Ridge. Some of the structures that will have to come down will include the Passport Office, the Scholarship Secretariat, and obviously these 10 6-bedroom bungalows is from Castle Road all the way down to Circular Road. So this is really what the story is. According to the law, the government can do this. It's fine for them to decide that they want, any piece of land and do what they need to do for it to be available. The questions that are being raised is, if this is a secular nation, is it necessary that we have a cathedral? Why can't we use free and available land? And what's the cost to the taxpayer? How much land is actually needed? And in an area that is pretty crowded already, is it aesthetically inappropriate? Are we thinking about traffic, about movement, about security? And most of all, is it necessary really? So that's kind of the summary.
So there are
for the
two
story.
separate questions. The first is, do we need a cathedral at all?
Yes.
Particularly
and then,
as being a secular nation.
Yes.
And secondly, do we need to relocate these judges to create space for
not
the
just
cathedral?
the judges. Not just the
Yes,
judges.
yes,
There's
yes.
so
It's
many
not just
other,
there are a number of other
there are a number of
facilities.
Other expensive institutions.
Yes.
So that's what's going on with that. So obviously we'll be watching that story. But speaking about religion and all things church, Prophet Atache has also been speaking, and he is saying that it's not God's will to tax the churches. Sorry. Now, if you remember, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority had mentioned taxing churches. He says that he's not with it, and that he's fine if you're taxing businesses of pastors and stuff, but not on tithes, offerings,
and that's already
stuff
done.
like that. Yes.
Anyway, so Raymond, before you bring us the latest on that horrible Dansoman fire, we have exclusive documents which are from the Office of the Chief Justice. The letter that was sent to these 9 judges who are being relocated, we have those documents. We'll be putting out the details and then doing the analysis on the back of it. It's from the Office of the Chief Justice, signed by the Acting Chief Justice, and we'll be telling you exactly what information was given them. And we'll be clarifying exactly what it is in that space. But Raymond, let's go to the Dansoman fire victims' burial.
So on Saturday, the victims of this particular very terrible act actually were put to rest finally, and the entire township around the Methodist University area were thrown into huge mourning because they say the woman, especially, she's a wonderful woman, the wife of the pastor. She's one woman who fights with nobody, who is very humble and all of that. And much of the things that were said there were, even the writer of the story in the graphic, said J. Bokpe, compares this to the tragedy that befell Job, because we know that the pastor in this case, Ebenezer Atukas, virtually lost his entire family. His mother, his kids, and the wife too, virtually the most important people that are in his life. And he said that he was empty with nothing to go home with. And we know the incident happened some weeks ago, yes, in connection with they being trapped in their home when the fire incident happened, and none of them could be rescued. When they got help, it was way too late. We understand the fire service got there, but they couldn't help the people who were in distress at that particular time, raising very serious questions about how many times are we going to allow these incidents, and I can recount how many of these have happened in the last period. Indeed, I remember that in 2015, Professor Newman and his friends did some study about fire outbreaks in Ghana from 1974 to 2014, and that study suggested that virtually every 2 hours on the average there's a fire outbreak in the country. Huge amount of monies running into thousands of Ghana city are lost all the time. Electrical cables and other things lead the cause of fire outbreaks, and unfortunately we do not have the preparation, the access, and that's even the fire attendants will be coming on time. The way we have structured and replanned our society and made sure buildings are not accessible to this fire, even if they get them, they will not be able to help people. So we still have a huge waiting disaster, be it in the markets, be it in people's homes, wherever you find them, and they lived at Dansoman, to be clear. So this is something that at least we will not let the memory of these 5 go in vain. We will say that for the first time, we will fix the problem. We will be up and doing. We will not only bury people who are the future of the country, especially the 2 kids that were involved in this incident.
Very, very sad, and it's very important that something decisive is done about it. But let's move to education now. Anymore, why?
Yes. So WAEC, oh my God, and mobile phones are causing a big problem because 83 children have had their results cancelled. Or some of them had their results cancelled. Some of them were not even allowed to sit because they had mobile phones in the examination hall. Another 134 have had their papers cancelled for alleged malpractices. Now we know that over 509,000 students took the BEC, and 2,061 candidates have had their results withheld pending investigation for different reasons. What we do know is that 83 is for mobile phones. Yes, Raymond.
Yes, I want to say something about this mobile phone thing. I think the rule should rather be when the person is caught using the phone,
as opposed to having
the phone. Because you see, people prepare for exams. It can be heated. It might be in your pocket. You will not even realize that this is in your pocket.
So you're suggesting that if they are being searched going into the hall, they can take the phones away from them, and then
and let them
rather
go
than
write it.
if I'm entering an exam hall, you find a phone on me and you don't allow me to write the paper, you cancel my results because of that.
It is too big.
You have a point there. You have a point there. Anyway, let's go.
Yes. That's about it. Actually, 0.93 of those who initially registered were absent, but the big story.
No, wait, 0.93%.
Yes, of those who.
I thought it said 0.93 people.
Of those who initially registered.
Maybe the person came in and left his shoes outside. I don't know.
Moving on, the council is in the process of dispatching the results to the schools through the district directors of education. And if you haven't got your results yet, you can go online. Apparently, it's available online.
Okay. Thank you very much. And Raymond, let's do the GFA quickly.
Okay, so the GFA has officially gotten some reprieve because Government of Ghana has stopped in the interim the liquidation of the GFA. We do know that it was on the basis of analysis expose about some corrupt deals at the GFA that government said the institution was way too corrupt for you to do anything about it. The best way is to liquidate it. Government then went to court. And let's start from this point. On June 11, 2018, the Accra High Court actually granted the interlocutory injunction, which allowed this process to go on, and the GFA guys should stay away from their office so that we can liquidate them nicely. This was further extended on July 12th by the same court, even though, the GFA was not fighting at that particular time. But after a meeting, we know that government officials, including Information Minister, went to Switzerland to go and engage the FIFA officials, and they said they wanted to put in place a plan that will make sure that we have the right people in place. So government tomorrow will move the motion. Already it has filed a motion to discontinue the case in the High Court of the Republic of Ghana.
Great. Before we go online, Ray, bring us that story quickly about what you were calling the Ken Bond. Well, what Ghanaians often call the Ken Bond.
My good friend Emmanuel Ebohoxin is writing for Graphic and saying that the Accra High Court has quashed certain findings by the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice. You know that Straj actually gave rulings. The substantive matter, it kind of ruled in the favor of the finance minister, but there were some other important points he made, especially when it came to conflict of interest. And you see, what the court said was that the right to be heard or given opportunity to be heard is so fundamental that a breach of it always gives an opportunity to set aside or quash this particular decision. So he was not heard on the fact that he had interest in another company or two of these companies, which he didn't disclose, which really should have been disclosed. That's according to Shraj. But they said he was not given an opportunity to respond to these issues, and it was not a germane issue. So we set it aside for now.
Okay, so that decision by Shraj, the declaration on conflicts of interest has been set aside.
Yes.
Okay, right. Thanks a lot, Raymond and Enima. Let's go online now. And the online news review is brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest. Coil Good Energy. Download the Safe Doctor app now from the Google Play. Safe Doctor, the future of better medical care. You've got great love for your vehicle. You want the engine to last longer and perform to its maximum. It's okay. Goil has the new super synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubricants for you. These specially designed superior engine oils work efficiently on all modern petrol and diesel engines. They clean, protect, reduce fuel consumption, prolong oil change intervals, and enhance engine performance from startup till you switch off. Go to any Goil filling station and grab the new Goil Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Engineering innovation for your vehicle has arrived. Goil Good Energy. Looking for a bank that will help you achieve your financial aspirations? Then choose Zenith Bank. We have product and service offerings that are customized specifically to meet your banking needs. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide. Talk to us via our 24-hour contact center on 0302 680 884 or 0542 000 111. Talk to us on ZChat, our live chat service on www.zenithbank.com.gh, or contact us on our Facebook and Instagram pages for our expert advice. Achieve your aspirations with Zenith Bank because we care. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. My joy online says Ace Ankoma shreds men's gold with 3 arguments. I'm going to read a quote from this. Let's get it right. It started as Men's Bank with a K. Bank of Ghana stepped in. They changed their name to Men's Bank with a C. Bank of Ghana stepped in. Then they changed their name to Men's Gold with metal. Let's stop mollycoddling these issues. We can see the thing. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, sleeps like a duck, it is a duck. And that was renowned legal practitioner Ace Ankoma speaking on Newsfile this Saturday. PrimeNewsGhana.com says Consolidated Bank sacks over 400 former Beige Bank staff. Now, this was in the Joy Business Report that Novin just read, and the number there was, I think, 700.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. I think with Dr. Sedot joining us today, we have the opportunity to look a bit further at this issue.
The Herald has a bigger figure. It says there are 7,000 of them.
7,000?
Yes.
How many workers were in all these banks put together in the first place? Okay. The BBC.com says Zimbabwe election, Mnangagwa vows brighter tomorrow. That's it for the news and online review. Anymore, can you talk to me about child sickle cell diseases in 30 seconds? Thank you.
Wow, 30 seconds. I'm gonna try. So, apparently, newborn sickle cell disease screening is not doing well at all. The program was launched in 2010, and since 2010, not a lot of children have been screened. So far, only 500,000 babies have been screened out of 884,000 annual births. So 1 in every 50 children is born with sickle cell disease, and an estimated 50 to 90% of them were likely to die before age 5 if undiagnosed. It's taken Ghana 22 years to cover between 2 to 3% of children with sickle cell disease, which means that a lot more kids out there are not diagnosed and are not being treated and are dying before the age of 5. So it's important that you get your child screened. When you have a kid, just make it
part of the routine, so that, and I think
it should actually be mandatory.
Yeah, it should be mandatory that the test is done, so that we know exactly.
Not mandatory, but routine.
Yeah,
routine.
Okay, so that it's done repeatedly.
No, so that it's done without, like, it's automatic.
That's actually what I was trying to say, and we went from mandatory to routine.
In some
back.
hospitals, they'll do it automatically.
Okay, so Raymond Akwa Enimadu, thank you very much. We'll take these messages and then we'll do the BBC News.
This was Kwame's Life before.